Hey, Amber. Yeah, I've got you muted.
Hey, Aim.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Had myself
You look,
muted.
you look just like we did earlier.
Oh, I know.
So, just really quickly, I want to do the disclaimer
Yes.
after I welcome everyone.
Okay.
All in there. I don't know if you're gonna put that up on the screen, right?
If you want me to, I can.
I think we should.
Okay.
Just CYA.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I'll wait until you start it and then I'll put it up on the screen.
Okay. And I found my notes. They were in my
Oh,
bag.
perfect. Perfect.
Yes.
We've got Amber's on, and then we've got 7 viewers so far that I can see.
So we're being seen now or no?
Hmm.
Are we being seen now?
We are 11. Yep. People are logging on.
And earlier you couldn't see me because I forgot to click the join part. We have to do the agree or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And it's automatically switching back, I don't know, at least on my view, between you and I when we
It
talk,
isn't.
so I don't think I have to toggle it like earlier.
It isn't for me, but I don't know. Maybe there's something that I don't know I should be doing.
There's Laura. Do you see Laura?
Hey,
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Oh, there's Laura. Hi, Laura.
Hey,
Oh, she
Jamie.
looks sassified.
Oh, thanks.
I'm going to go ahead and unmute Amber.
So, Laura, when I speak, do I pop up for you, or does it say
Yes.
Okay, I don't know why mine's not switching. Well, hold on a minute. It is. Never. I'm going to be quiet. One moment.
I'm here.
There's Amber.
Hi.
So, should we plan on all muting ourselves when someone else is up, like speaking for a long period of
Probably.
time?
Yeah, just for feedback.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure everyone.
Amy, we did it. We got it all figured out, babe. You're
Oh,
techie.
man. Good thing we did that today.
I know, because if it had been me, we wouldn't be sitting here.
We've got 20 viewers right now, so we still have 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So do you have visuals, graphics of the products? I don't need to hold them up or anything, right?
No, I did the triplex, mega
Pardon
X factor, engine block.
I don't know why we're getting feedback on that. I'm only to speak. Maybe because everybody's on.
Yeah, I bet it's because. Let me mute.
I hear you.
Yeah. Oh, my husband's on. He's like, echo.
My little boy, I text him the link. He wants to watch. Bless their hearts. I put the fear of the Lord in him not to come in here because he'll throw me off. Nice, Mom. I don't like being watched.
Mine's locked in the basement with the grandparents.
I don't have anybody here but me, so it's that's all I have.
Let me get this presentation up though. All right, more people are logging on. I don't know, can you guys see the viewers on your screen, or am I the only one that can see it?
I think you're the only one.
Oh, okay.
I can't.
Okay.
Can y'all?
We're up to 30.
Okay.
No pressure, but if it starts to keep going up, we'll wait a couple minutes before we get started.
Maybe like 9:02 or 3 at the latest.
Yeah. Hey, Lauren. There's Lauren.
Hey everyone. Hi.
So, Lauren, I'm going to mute you just for feedback, and then before I introduce you for your testimony, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, sounds good.
Can you see me okay? Is the lighting okay, Amy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So do you pop back up on your screen when you're talking, Amy, or no?
I do, yeah.
You don't. It doesn't like me.
Oh, do I have a big light in front of my face?
No, it's okay.
No?
You're good.
Okay. What bad background?
I'm almost wondering if I should just turn my phone off, but I won't. It throws me off. I'm not good at skipping and chewing gum at the same time. I'm gonna go ahead and mix up a pink drink.
There you go.
One of them days. The 2 pink drinking kind of day.
Mm-hmm. Had my edge too today.
Yeah, I didn't take that today.
I don't take it every day. Today it was an edge day. Oh, Jamie, I reached out to your friend Michelle Robertson.
Oh, you did? Did she respond?
Yeah, she did. We're going to chat this week, so that was awesome. Thank you.
You'll adore her.
She's
And
excited.
it sounds like we have a lot of similarities going on right now.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah. Today's her birthday.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're still going up in viewers, so I would give it like to 902.
Okay, perfect. It's 8:59 right now on my end.
Yeah.
Okay. can't get comfortable.
If people could see me, and of course people can't see me, but I'm on the floor on a pillow.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, is that why the little furnace, whatever that thing is?
That's why there's a furnace behind me. Yeah.
That's a furnace. Is that really a furnace?
It is
Yeah.
an old baseboard heater.
Event.
I
Whatever.
wanted to be near the wireless router because my internet's been spotty all day, and my Mac doesn't. I don't have the Ethernet adapter, so I'm going to sit on the floor.
I'm going to put it on my team page.
All right, so really excited. Just a quick update for those who just logged on. I know we said we're going to start at 9. We're going to just wait 2 more minutes to give people more time to log on to the event.
Where'd I put it? There we go. Make that easy to get to. Okay. One more minute. We'll get started.
Sure, yep. Still have people logging on.
Perfect. Okay, we hit 9:02. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, I'm excited
Me too.
to be here tonight along with you, Amy.
Me too. I'm really excited.
Me too. This is going to be a fun night. You know, when we decided to do this, I was like, oh, you know, you feel. I was talking earlier on my little post I put on my Facebook. I feel kind of vulnerable. I know you do more videos than I do. I can stand in front of a lot of people in a room as long as I know it's not going to leave that room. This is fun. This is fun.
It's
But
fun.
anyway, I'm excited to be here with you, Amy Welch. Amy Welch is a Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus, knocking on Diamond's door, and you'll hear from her in a little bit. But I'm going to start off tonight, and I just want to welcome all of our ambassadors and all of our guests that we've invited to come this evening. Thank you so much for taking time out of your evening to hop on here with us tonight to learn a little or a lot more about Plexus. We're going to share our products. Not all of them, but we're going to share a few of our key core products. We're also going to share a little bit about our opportunity, and you're going to hear from some of our great friends and their personal experiences and journeys with Plexus. But before we get started, I want to read a little disclaimer. Amy, can you pop that up there for us?
Sure will.
Awesome.
Well, of course. Of course, it doesn't want to pop up when we want it to, right?
I can just read it. I'm not actually. I can't just read it. I don't have it in front of me. I might have to have you read it if you can't get it up.
Well, can you see that?
Nope.
Okay.
Why don't you read it, Amy?
I'm just going to read it.
Okay.
So tonight, this opportunity of a lifetime meeting is brought to you by the Independent Plexus Ambassadors, that's us, and is not sponsored by Plexus Worldwide. At Plexus Worldwide, we want you to know that the results you're about to hear may vary from person to person, and we do not claim to cure, treat, or prevent any disease.
Ah, good. So now that fun's over, let's get into the real fun, right?
Let's get started.
All right. So as you probably saw, we posted graphics all over social media inviting you to tonight about 7 reasons for you to kick it into high gear this summer with Plexus. You're going to hear about these 7 reasons throughout tonight in our event, but I just want to lead in with those 7 reasons that we've come up with. You know, sometimes it's good, you just want to feel confident in your own skin, right? Number 2, maybe you want to fit into that swimsuit and fit into it well, the way you really want to. Maybe block those summer carbs. I know yesterday I was out eating donuts with my children at Loops here in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. Well, I was able to block those carbs. We're going to teach you how.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And number 4, have some energy just for every day, but also for those summer vacations. I know you go, this heat out there, and it was 101, I think, up in Virginia today when I heard one of my girlfriends saying, and you can start feeling lethargic. So we're going to teach you how you can have some extra energy for those vacations. And enjoy some time freedom. You know, that's probably my favorite part about Plexus is the freedom of time. And spend some extra time with your children and your family. You call the shots. Number 6, you know, I know before when my children were small and I hadn't lost all that baby weight, and I would take pictures or family pictures would come up, I'd always like do a nice little Shanghai and ease my way out of those pictures. Maybe this now we can teach you how you can be in those family pictures, and you might even want to get in those in your swimsuit that you're fitting in. All right. And then number 7, one of the reasons for summer to kick it into high gear is to be a part of something bigger, grander, something great. So that's the thing. Those are the 7 reasons for you to kick it into high gear this summer with Plexus, and we're going to share a little bit more in detail now. I haven't properly introduced myself. My name is Jamie Laura Copeland. I am a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. Some of you out there might be going, what's that mean? Well, it's the top level in our company that you can reach. I was actually introduced to Plexus right at 3 years ago, or a little over 3 years ago I was introduced. I come from the beauty and hair care industry. I grew up in it my whole professional career. I started out as a hairstylist, and then I went on to work with a hair care line based out of New York, but I lived in Atlanta, covered the whole Southeast, and had to travel an awful lot with that company. Once I had children, I decided to become a stay-at-home mama so I didn't have to travel so much and be away from them. And then that was in Atlanta. I moved back to North Carolina and decided to go back once my children were of school age to working behind the chair again, doing hair, my family salon, and I love it. I can't say I didn't. It allowed me to be creative. It allowed me to create my own schedule somewhat, but I was still in someone else's time. Until one day, my girlfriend Leslie Weaver came in and she said, "Hey, Jamie, you want to do this cleanse with me?" And I said, "Well, tell me a little bit about it," and she did. So it sounded like she wanted me to lose some weight. I was like, okay, thanks. But anyway, I told her thank you, but no thank you. And Leslie left me with a 3-day trial. And I went home and threw it underneath my bathroom counter and forgot about it. Fast forward 8 weeks, I see Leslie. Leslie has this glow about her. I can tell that she's lost some inches and is looking really well. And she was telling me how much more energetic. I could see it. She felt alive again. And so I got girl envy, and I ran home about as fast as I could, and I about ripped off my bathroom cabinet door and started my 3-day trial of Plexus. Well, 3 days in, I had fallen in love, and I called Leslie. I said, "Leslie, where can I get my hands on more of this stuff? I have to have it." So she told me the different ways I could start with Plexus. I became a Plexus ambassador, not to sell anything. I had no intention. Network marketing to me was, I was turned off by it, didn't want to be a part of it. And but I did sign up as an ambassador to get the wholesale, the better pricing. So therefore, that is where it all started for me. And a month in, my clothes were starting to fall off of me. I was feeling great, feeling energetic. I was feeling alive again. I had a little bit of a pep in my step, and people were starting to take notice, my friends and my family, and were asking me about it. So business started for me organically and unintentionally. So therefore, here I sit today, right? And in this 3 years, it took me a little under 2 years to reach the top level in Plexus. Everyone's timeline is different, but there's been a lot of greatness that has come with that. I have been to Hawaii twice. I'm getting ready to go through my 3rd visit here in September, along with the diamond trip in California, which I'm so excited about. Many other trips and perks. 2 Plexus Lexus now. I'm on my 2nd one that I've earned with the company, which is fabulous. But most importantly, I have that freedom of time to spend with my children. I've been down here. I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, but I've been down here in Wrightsville Beach pretty much the whole summer with my children. And I can work with my toes in the sand, watch my children build sand castles, and working it on my time. And the financial future that I have changed for myself and my children. But also being able to share that with others and see them be able to achieve the same thing has been greatness for me. So that's my story with Plexus. That's where I am today, and I'm so excited to see what still lies ahead. All right, so now we're going to get into the real fun part. Enough about me, right? Is how can you be a part of this Plexus journey? You're probably wondering, for those of you who aren't already. Well, first off, you need to try the products. So the ambassador that invited you here tonight to hop on, they can help you with that. But there's 2 different ways that you can try the products. You can be a customer, or you can become an ambassador. There's 2 different ways to be a customer. You can be a retail customer or a preferred customer. Preferred customers save a little bit of money every month. Or you can become an ambassador simply for the wholesale pricing like I did. Or you can decide to then transition or start right out of the gate as share the products and build your own business. And that can look a multitude of ways as well. I have some that just simply share enough in order to cover their own products every month. And then I have some that are making 6-figure plus incomes and loving life. So you don't have to have parties. You don't have to carry inventory. You just simply can purchase your own products every month. It's all up to you. Whatever you put into it is what you'll get back out of it. Plexus is really unique to me. Don't you think, Amy?
Oh, yeah. My goodness.
It's extremely unique. There's 4 P's that I like to talk about with Plexus. And first off, it's the products. We have incredible products. A company like ours, and ours did this, it grew 16,000% in 3 years. You heard me right, 16,000%. A company does not grow at that pace if the products don't work.
Right.
That's work for you, Aim?
Oh, man, that's almost unheard of. When you say that number, people are like, wait, did she really need to say 16,000?
Exactly.
Amazing.
So the products are fantastic. We have 16 different products in our line. We're only going to talk about a few tonight, though. The second P of the 4 is a plan. We have, bar none, the best compensation plan, in my opinion, in the network marketing industry. There's 11 different ways that you can make money. Amy's going to talk about those a little later. But it has blown my mind. I never thought, now as a single mama, that I would be able to take part in a compensation plan like I do with Plexus. It's incredible. And then the third P is people. You know, before Plexus, I thought, I really don't have any more room in my life for friends. But we have just, you know, like good people, salt of earth people. I have made some of the best friends that I know will be lifelong friends since joining Plexus. People of integrity, people that just reach out their hand and give you a lending hand of support.
So true.
And down to I should say up to our CEO, Paul Robinson, and our president, Alec Clark. Just men of integrity, and make sure that they watch out for us and that we're taken care of and supported properly. Love our company, great people. And then the fourth P that I want to talk about is passion. You know, I feel like I have found my life's passion with Plexus. You know, it's unbelievable. People are like, what? Yeah, I mean, when you become a part of Plexus, it's a positive environment. People are passionate about it because we're helping other people, not only ourselves, reach health goals, financial goals, freedom of time goals. It's there are no words really. I could go probably on and on, but there are no words. I almost lose a sense of words when I start talking about it.
It's so true. You know, I always used to say that I never knew what I wanted to be when I grew up. And this is something I said 2 years ago. Like, I just didn't know. I hadn't, you know, I always envied people that always knew what they wanted to do and had found their purpose. And you're right, Plexus, for so many of us, that it's our purpose.
Yeah, if you'd asked me at 12 years old what I wanted to be, I would have never said a Plexus ambassador. I mean, it wasn't around then, nonetheless. It's been eons ago. But yeah, but now I found my life's calling, and I love it. So we have lots of passions. So we have products, we have a plan, we have people, and we have passion. So now we're going to talk a little bit about our products. The 3 core products that make up the triplex, you'll commonly hear it referred to as. And those products that make up the triplex are the Plexus Slim, which you'll probably also hear it referenced to as the pink drink, right? The infamous pink drink, the Bio Cleanse, and the Probio 5. The Slim or pink drink, that helps to maintain blood sugar already within the normal range. Love this product. This is what it comes in. It comes in a little bag like this.
Yep, do you have it, or do you want me to show it?
Yeah, go ahead, so everyone can see it. And I'll hold the bag up to Aim.
Okay.
It comes in a bag like this with 30 sticks of Plexus that look just like this. So if you can have one of these and one of these, just like, I think it's like a 16-ounce out of bottle, you pour it in, you shake it up, and it ends up looking like this. And I drink about 2 of these a day. Some people just drink 1. The first one I always drink very first thing in the morning, 30 minutes before breakfast, to help regulate my glucose or blood sugar levels. And the pink coloring actually comes from the beetroot extract. It's sweetened naturally with stevia, non-GMO. It is flavored with blueberry, mulberry, and monk fruit. But my son and I both agree that it tastes like a cherry Tootsie Pop. So it's very refreshing and yummy. The second product that I told you about was the Bio Cleanse. Comes in a little bottle like this. We have a 120 count bottle and a 180 count bottle. This is just a nice, gentle shower for your insides. Some people be like, oh no, I don't want to be a part of the cleanse. Well, this is something that'll have you buckled up to the porcelain throne all day. It's simply, like I said, is a gentle shower for your insides. It helps to oxygenate your entire body. Has a great magnesium source, as well as it is great for collagen production. And at 42, I just told my age, yes, I'm 42. I need all the collagen production I can get, ladies, and then I'll.
I hear you.
Right? So, and then the third product that makes up the triplex and rounds it out is the Probio 5, which is a great daily probiotic. It promotes proper probiotic for a healthy intestinal tract, which basically means it gives you a healthier gut. And if your gut is your second brain, you guys, so if you have a healthy gut, healthiness is sure to follow. Love this product as well. The triplex works synergistically. I'd say 99.999% of the time, anyone who inquires about Plexus with me has to help them out on the triplex, just to become overall healthier.
Yep.
There's about 4 other products really quickly. I'm just going to touch on briefly. If you want to learn more, please ask the ambassador that invited you tonight. The first 2 that I'm going to talk about are part of our health line. It's the X Factor and the Mega X. X Factor is a great daily multivitamin. It comes in a capsule form, but we also have a chewable, which is great for those that can't swallow capsules or for children. And the X Factor, it is the reason I feel like it's so far superior to the other multivitamins out there on the market today is it has a patented aloe-based blend. And it's known that if you take a vitamin with an aloe base, it increases nutrient absorption up to 300% more. That's huge, you guys, huge.
Oh.
And then the second product is our Mega X. The Mega X is a great omega. Some people, you may already take it, some of you may not, because you're like, oh, I don't want those fish that come along with it. Well, no worry. Our product is not based on fish oil. It is plant-derived, and it has the omega-3, 6, 9, plus 5, and 7. Love this. My children actually, well, actually, I probably not see this tonight. I'm going to be quiet. All right. And then 2 other products that I want to touch on is the block. I talked about this a few moments ago when I went to eat donuts yesterday. You pop 2 of these before you're going to indulge a little, or if you maybe are just trying to shed a few extra inches and it blocks up to 48% of the sugars and carbs that you take in. It's not a get out of jail free card. That means you can eat anything that you want. It means that if you're going to splurge a little, like I said, or you are trying to shed some inches, take 2 of these a day before your heaviest meal of the day. 2 of the key ingredients, just for a little fun facts, is the white kidney bean extract and the brown seaweed. And then the 4th and final product I'm going to touch on is the Edge. This is our newest baby added to our line. I'll let you see that, the Edge. Hold on, I'm going around with the camera. There we go. So for those of you that wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, I need a cup of coffee just to get my day started, right?
That was
no longer need that. That was you, Aim?
Oh, before Plexus, I literally would not get out of bed until my husband put the cup of coffee on my nightstand. And that was the first of about 4 before I'd get in my car to head on my commute for work.
I just have to back up a minute. You trained him right. He brought your coffee on your nightstand.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the Edge is a natural caffeine. It helps to give you energy. It helps to give you clarity and focus. It's not something that's going to have you pinging from corner to corner. It's just a very nice, natural, sustained energy. And those are the final 4 products that I'm going to talk about this evening. And if, like I said, if you want to learn about the rest that we have a great nerve line and ease, it's called the ease line, I'm sorry, and many other products that you can learn about. And Amy, now I'm going to pass it off to you.
Yes, thank you. So, you know, the Triplex and the X Factor really changed my life. I'll talk about it a little bit later, but I had no idea that, you know, a probiotic and a vitamin could really, really change my life. And I know people hear me say that, and they're like, really? You know, I've taken vitamins before. I've taken probiotics. Well, if they've not changed your life, it's because you've not tried Plexus. So I want to introduce our first testimony tonight. I'm really excited for you guys to hear these other stories. These are real people. You know, like Jamie had said, the great thing about this are the relationships. I would not have met a lot of the people on this call. I wouldn't have met any of them had it not been for Plexus. So I want to introduce Lauren Cloud. She is going to give us our first testimony. Lauren, she is a Senior Ruby Ambassador with Plexus. Lauren, thank you for being on here.
Yes, absolutely. Thank y'all so much for having me tonight. So I am going to just tell y'all my testimony with Plexus. I started back in September of 2014. I was really miserable at this time, you guys. I was in the doctor's office all the time, every week almost, it felt like. I felt like I was 70 going on 32. I mean, I felt like I was 70 and I was only 32. I had been dealing with an earache for 3 months, and I had been to the doctor, and they said it looked fine and there was nothing wrong with it. And I was put on steroids and antibiotics, and my ear was driving me crazy. I was depressed. I had unexplained body aches and joint pain, stomach and digestive issues. I had allergies, and my immune system was just really down. I was constantly sick. I had skin issues, breakouts along my hairline. I was addicted to sugar and caffeine all the time. Y'all, I would crave Twizzlers like nothing else. So I was also, I had asthma, and I was going through a lot of stuff at this time in my life. I just was a wreck. So when it came to trying to lose weight, it made it so much more difficult because I had all these little health issues going on as well. And when I discovered Plexus and I started the Triplex, it was 2 weeks into it that my earache went away and my joint pain that I was having was gone. And y'all, that right there, like, that was everything to me. I could finally play with my kids and I was happier. You know, 3 months later, I was down back to a size 4 in my pants, and 10 inches of my waist were gone. You know, since being on these products, it's the first time in my life that I have been able to maintain my weight and control sugar cravings, and that is huge for me. And my immune system is back, so I'm so passionate about the Triplex and these products for this reason, and I know that, you know, I never want to feel like I did before starting these products. So,
thank you, Lauren. You know, Isn't that so true? I think a lot of us don't realize how good we could feel, right? Because, before I considered myself healthy before Plexus, but now when I think back to what that healthy normal was, I don't ever want to go back to feeling that way.
Exactly.
It's just amazing. You really don't know how good your body is designed to feel until you feel that way. So thank you,
Absolutely.
Lauren, so much.
Mhm.
Next, I want to talk to Amber Perry, so I'm going to unmute her. Oh, I think I just muted you again by accident. Sorry, Amber. Unmute yourself.
Good. We're good.
Thank you so much for being on the call and sharing your real-life testimony. I just want to remind everyone who's on the call that these are real-life testimonies from real people. We are no different than you guys. We have all been there. So Amber, tell us how Plexus has changed your life.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me on the call. I started, my husband and I, we started at the exact same time in March of 2014, and we started as customers. But I want to give you a little backstory of kind of what we went through as to what made us decide to start Plexus. So when we first started dating, and I was living in Texas and he was in South Carolina at the time, I had just started gaining weight and had no earthly idea what was going on. I put on 30 pounds in 3 months, and finally, right before I moved to be with him, I was diagnosed with a disorder. So at that point in time, the doctors put me on medicine. I moved across the country to be with him and had absolutely zero doctor to actually follow me through and make sure I was doing everything and having good results on my medicine. I found a doctor, but I continued to struggle with all the symptoms that came along with my diagnosis. So my hair was falling out, like clumps at a time. My skin was dry as I can be. I continued to gain weight, continued to I was miserable, absolutely miserable. My gut health became horrible. I didn't know, had no idea that was connected. I would sleep in gloves every night because I had blisters and dry patches all over my hands that were cracked and bleeding, and believe me, my husband loved that aspect of our nightly ritual. But fast forward to when we were getting married, we did everything. I was on a 1,200 calorie diet, working out an hour to 2 hours a day, doing everything that I possibly could to get the weight off that I had gained. And at that point in time, I did fad diet. I dropped about 25 pounds. I was proud of myself. I did it. I was like, yeah. But as soon as the wedding was over, I could not keep up that routine. I just couldn't do it. So in 2 months' time, I gained everything plus more back. My doctor told me that when I asked for him to up my prescription for for my condition that I have, he told me that I was a statistic and that when people get married, they gain weight. And I was just like, okay, I found a different doctor, got some things changed, but my symptoms continued to be there. I continued to fight my symptoms every single day. It was horrible. I had zero energy. I was sleeping all the time. My weekends were consumed with, I would sleep till 11 o'clock, wake up for an hour to watch some TV, eat, and then go take another 2 to 3 hour nap, and then wake up, eat dinner, and then go to bed. That's what my life consisted of. So fast forward to March of 2014. My husband and I are at the heaviest weight that we'd ever been, and looking at talking about starting a family. And I had told him, I said, how am I ever going to be a mom and take care of children when I can't take care of myself? And so that was huge, just completely huge. So Sarah, who is one of my best friends and upline, we trust her, and she started posting. And Chris finally came to me and he was like, "Well, we're gonna have kids. Why don't we try to get healthy first?" And so that's what we did. And we started as customers. We were customers for about 6 weeks when my husband went from 8 Coke Zeros a day to 0. He was like, maybe this stuff is working. I have some energy. I had energy for the first time in my life. I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. I can do stuff. I'm not taking a nap. And it just completely changed in that short amount of time. And so we decided to join as ambassadors, and we're like, we can't keep this from anyone. We have to start telling people. Well, Plexus slowly changed our lives, and one of the biggest, huge non-scale victories that we personally had, outside of, I've lost 35 pounds, and my husband has lost quite a few as well. I've been able to keep it off, but the biggest non-scale victory for us is I no longer sleep in gloves, and we were 17-year smokers, and Plexus was the first thing to help us kick that habit, cold turkey, haven't looked back. That was over 2 years ago, and just completely changed our life. So that's a little bit of us.
That is awesome. Amber, thank you so much for sharing your testimony with us. You know, one thing, Amber, you and I have a lot in common because our health stories are very, very similar. I went through this same diagnosis that explained the weight gain, the exhaustion, the thinning hair, and you know, I still considered myself pretty healthy. I just thought that was something I was always going to have to live with. I thought it was because I didn't exercise enough, or maybe I didn't diet enough, even though in my mind I was obsessed with food. I was constantly thinking, okay, did I eat good? Did I eat bad? Oh, I ate good, so I can cheat, or I ate bad, so I have to start over on Monday. I mean, you know, and that kind of thinking is exhausting for me. It was exhausting. And you know, when I had my daughter, I realized, you know what, Amy, I'll never forget it. Had my daughter, we just started her, you know, she wasn't quite a year old yet, but she was eating some solid foods, and she wanted me to have a bite of her sandwich. I made her like a peanut butter sandwich. And at the time, right, trying to lose crazy baby weight, I was doing like no carbs. And I told her no, I couldn't, because, you know, I couldn't have bread, even though it was whole wheat bread. And the look she gave me, I knew right then, raising a daughter, I could not continue to live the way I was living because I didn't want her to have those same crazy food issues. You know, and for me, Plexus was freeing. Plexus did that for me. But what I never anticipated, right? All of the health testimony is amazing, even better than the weight loss that most of us have experienced. But what I never anticipated was the opportunity that is Plexus. So for those of you who are on here and you have not heard my story, I spent almost 15 years in higher education. I have a master's degree in social work and psychology. I've written 2 books. I was an author. So and I'd never heard of Plexus. So when Plexus was literally dumped in my lap by a complete stranger, I turned it down. I said no. I turned it down. Now that we look back, we can count that I turned it down at least 5 times. But what you don't know is at the same time, and I'm starting to get chills, I'm starting to cry, I was praying for something to change. Like I said, I was an executive. I worked over 40 hours a week. I had a 1-hour commute on each end, and I had a baby at home. My commute was killing me. And a job that I had loved and I was pretty good at, to be honest, you know, I had always gotten promoted in my career. It was starting to take away from me more than it gave to me. And I was praying so hard for something to change. I mean, every day, every night, I was praying for something to change. And I'm getting choked up because what I didn't realize at the time was that the answer to my prayers was being smacked in my face. And I kept saying no. It kept being presented to me, and I kept saying no. So luckily, I opened my eyes instead of rolling them, and I said yes. And, you know, the opportunity, you guys, it changes people's lives. Not just mine, not just the women that you have heard on this call tonight. People join Plexus for many, many, many reasons. Most of us join Plexus just for the discount. That's why I joined, just for the discount, because if anybody knows Amy, man, I am cheap. I like a good deal. I'm like the biggest Zulily shopper there is. That's why I joined Plexus, because I will not pay full price for anything. But we stay with Plexus for so many reasons. Okay, just beyond the income, beyond the health changes that we've had. We stay for the awards and recognition. I've never worked for a company that treats their people better than Plexus. You guys heard Jamie say that she's got the Lexus. She's got 2 trips to Hawaii. I do too. I've got a Lexus. I'm going to Hawaii this year. I've been to Phoenix, Vegas, DC. The prizes, the big checks. But also, we're recognized at every rank. We get an email. We get a pin in the mail. We get a certificate signed by the CEO and the president. I don't know about you guys, but I thought my previous job was pretty good. It was for higher education. They're pretty good to their people. They are nothing like Plexus. I'm telling you, nothing. We stay with Plexus for the fun and the friendship. I have never met better people than Plexi people. And maybe it's because we're all so healthy. We're super happy all the time and friendly. But I know right now, if I needed something from a Plexus person that I'd never met before, if I sent them a message and asked them, they would do it in a heartbeat. So the people and the fellowship, that's why we stay. We also stay for the personal development. I know that just myself, I was always a leader in my previous career just by virtue of the title. I have grown so much personally just in, my leadership, but also just being a better friend, being a better, daughter, being a better wife. Like, the personal development is one reason we stay. Now, I know what some of you guys might be thinking. You might be thinking, hey, Amy, Jamie, ladies, that stuff sounds great, but it's network marketing. Are you crazy? And I thought the same thing. I said the same thing. I was like, no thanks. So even after I joined Plexus for the discount, my sponsor, who I joined under, who again was a complete stranger, was mentioning the business because she knew that I was looking for a different career, and I still turned her down. I thought the same thing. I was the biggest network marketing snob. I wanted nothing to do with it. I am not a salesperson. I don't like bugging my friends and family to buy stuff. Not my thing. But Plexus is different. Network marketing is actually the best industry in the world. So if you do any research, which is what I did because I was such a skeptic, I realized that it is the best industry, and Plexus happens to be the best. Our president and our CEO, they like to say that Plexus does network marketing the way it could be done and should be done, but often rarely is. And that is so true. With network marketing, you build your business your way. It's whatever you make it. Like Jamie said earlier, she's got some people who just have a couple customers, they make enough to get their products for free, and that's awesome. That's all they want to do. We have other people, like myself, that my goal was to, once I saw the potential, I wanted to get out of my career and have that time freedom while still making that full-time, professional level income. So you build your business your way, but the thing that you have the chance to do is to have unlimited earning power and incredible freedom. What makes ours so unique, though? Well, one, it's turnkey. Everything is ready to go. You literally pay $34.95, and that starts your business. There's no giant package or box of supplies that you have to buy. There's no inventory. There's no quotas. There's not even a minimum monthly order. There's no contracts. It really is that simple. Plexus already has your website made for you. You don't have to make your own website. Plexus has a shipping department, a customer service department. You do nothing but share these amazing products, and people go to your website and order. It's so simple. It's a no-brainer. Jamie touched on it too. The thing that really makes Plexus just amazing, we get paid 11 different ways. Guys, that's unheard of. Not only do we get paid 11 different ways, we get paid 5 times a month. We get paid every Friday and the 15th. I don't know about you guys or some of the people on the call. My first job out of college, we got paid once a month. And I can remember my second job out of college, we got paid twice a month, and I just thought that was like the most fantastic thing because I wasn't running out of money at the end of the month. So getting paid 5 times a month is huge. It's unheard of. So we get commissions, we get business building bonuses, we get achievement bonuses, we get pay points, we get profit sharing in the company. I want you guys to look at this income chart really quickly. I think I can get it figured out here. Just bear with me for a second while I get this up here. Of course, it's gonna, there we go. Let me know if you can see this chart. Screen share. Of course, you know, when you're live, everything is going to be, it's just like giving a presentation. And, all right, so you're not going to be able to see my chart, even though there it is. Let me try one more time. Sorry, guys. Oh, there it is. Jamie, can you see that chart?
I cannot.
You cannot see it.
Oh, now I can. Yes. Hallelujah.
Okay.
Praise. There it is.
Okay, great. So this is the annual ambassador income. And I don't know how well you guys can see it. I know some of the print is pretty small. I could see if I can, you know, blow it up here a little bit. Here you go. So I am a Sapphire ambassador. I'm just going to use my own personal experience here. I'm a Sapphire ambassador right here. Guys, the average yearly income for a Sapphire, according to that chart, is $244,000, $611. Okay. My husband is a senior Ruby ambassador. That's right here. The average income is $51,644. So I want you to see this chart. Guys, this is, you know, these are real people. People are making these incomes. But the thing about Plexus that I want you to know is that even though that is life-changing money we're talking about, like that is, I mean, I'm changing the financial future for not only my husband and I, but my daughter and her kids. But, you know, it's actually, money isn't everything, and it's really not about the money. People might think it is. People might see the Lexus and the income chart, and they might think it's about the money, but it really isn't. It is about living life on your terms and finding your freedom, whatever that is. So, you know, Jamie, I know you're going to intro this next testimony for us to show that you don't have to be at the top of that chart to have that kind of life-changing testimony.
Will you throw that back up there for 1 second, please?
Sure will.
Okay. So just to let y'all know, and I'll touch this quickly.
Okay.
As Amy was showing you, this is the different levels of income. I'm up here at the top with the diamond, which blows my mind to this day. I'm like, what? Okay. But you know, if you look down here, right there at senior gold, that's around $23,000 annually.
Mm-hmm.
I know teachers, for instance, that's somewhere in that bracket. And my phone keeps dinging, and I don't know. My computer, I don't know how to cut it off. Sorry, guys. I'm not a techie. You know, that can make a huge impact in someone's wallet and their family, their household, right? So I'm going to introduce to you now, Miss. You can take it off now if you like, Amy. Miss Laura Simmons. Love her 2 pieces. Let's unmute Laura. And Laura's going to share her business testimony with you and how Plexus has affected her and her family. Laura?
All right. Thank you, Jamie. So, like Jamie said, I'm Laura Simmons, and I am a senior gold ambassador with Plexus. And Jamie asked me to share a little bit of my testimony with y'all tonight. I joined Plexus back in March of 2015, so just over a year ago. And I joined for the same reasons most other people join, to lose baby weight, have a little extra energy, you know. Never really imagined doing anything with this business that we purchase. But it all just kind of happened naturally. I started sharing on Facebook and everything. And what I can tell you is that Jamie and Amy have shared a little bit of their testimonies about time freedom and about how they earn, you know, a amazing, life-changing income with this company. But I am just a senior gold ambassador, and I also earn a life-changing amount of money with this company. Back in 2013, my husband and I decided that I would become a stay-at-home mom, not because we were well off, just because we had a little girl in daycare who stayed sick a lot, and we decided that was what was best for our family, for her. So I became a stay-at-home mom, and then exactly 1 year after I started this new journey, one of my friends introduced me to Plexus. So I felt like the timing was just perfect. Looking back, both of those things happening in March. I was on my way home from an event in August of 2015, and I had a real aha moment, and I got chills whenever I realized that had it not been for Plexus, I would be returning to the classroom again. I would be sending my kids to daycare for 10 to 12 hours a day. I would be, spending time outside of work on lesson plans and grading and all the other things that teachers do. And so when people say that the opportunity can change your life, they're not saying it's going to take you 4 years or 2 years to change your life. My life changed from this opportunity in a matter of months, like 3 to 4 months. And I see the potential. No offense, Jamie and Amy, but there's really nothing special about them. They don't have anything that I don't have. So if they can do it, I can do it. And so can the rest of us. So they're a great inspiration. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I love it. That's what I tell everybody. I'm like, I was nobody special at all. I am not special.
That's exactly right. I'm just a little country girl from Eastern North Carolina, and I get up and put up my pants on one leg at a time just like everybody else. I can do this. Anyone can do it. That's absolutely true, Laura. Thank you so much for sharing. Laura, what did you mention, because I did not hear, my computer keeps dinging, and I apologize.
Yeah.
Did you tell everyone what your profession was before Plexus?
I was a teacher, so I taught for about 6 years before I resigned to stay home.
And now you're able to stay home with your precious baby.
Yes.
That's huge. Right?
Crazy.
Yeah, I love it. I love to be able to be home with mine all the time now as well. And, so thank you so much, Laura, for sharing your heart and your journey with us. It can be life-changing. For $500 a month for some people makes a huge impact in their household income. It really does. Plus, right? The sky's the limit with Plexus. So that's what I absolutely love about it. So I want to pick this up now. We're just a couple minutes over what we said we'd be. But I want you to all to think about something. I want you to think about, what if this could change everything for you? What if you could reach the health goals that you have been setting for yourself for years on end? What if you could finally fit into that swimsuit again? What if you could fit in that little black dress? Or men, those slim, sleek jeans with a smaller waist size? What if you could just feel better? That's huge. So many people that start with Plexus don't need a lot of inch loss or this or that. They just want to feel better. So what if that could be you? What if you could change your financial future for yourself, for your babies, for your family? Mm-hmm. Could that be impactful for you? It has been for me. You've heard Amy talk about it. It's been for her. It has made the hugest difference in my family, knowing that my children's future now is way different than before I even was a single mother. Mm-hmm. What if you could have freedom of time, like we've spoken of? Being here with my babies is the biggest thing to me, not having to have someone else raise them. It means the world. Mm-hmm. That's my personal freedom of time. But huge. Not only that, it's huge. What if you get to say when, where, and how? You get to call the shots, like Amy was saying earlier. I've always heard that if you do something that you love, you'll never work another day in your life. This is our love. Oh, what if you feel this is your love, your passion? Could that change your world for you? So what if, though, you take all of these things I've just mentioned, and then you're able to share that with other people, and you're able to watch them be able to reach those exact same things. That, for me, is the greatest gift of all. You know, I remember Sonia Dudley, who's big in our company. She's such a sweet lady. She said, you know, to give to others, what you receive back can be beyond your wildest imagination. And it has blown my mind to be able to, that is what I love so much about what I do and why I am. I think now, I mean, my why has changed throughout this process, but watching others achieve this level of success with their health, with their financial, with their freedom of time, I mean, it makes you feel like you can fly.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it honestly does.
Yeah, and what does our president Alec always say? If you're blessed, be a blessing. You know,
Exactly.
I love seeing my team rank and change their health way more than myself.
Absolutely. So what, Amy and I have had a great time with y'all tonight. We're so excited that you were here. But what we want you to do is now think about those what ifs. What if this could change everything for you? Get with the ambassador that invited you. Take that leap of faith. And come fly with us. Start your Plexus journey. It's $34.95, like Amy said. You can simply be a customer, but for simply $34.95 a month, maybe you could change a lot about your future too. So we thank all of you. Thank you, ladies, for coming on and sharing your stories with us tonight and your journeys.
Yes, thanks, guys.
All of you on here, we look forward to seeing you on the pink side. So good night and go Plexus.
Bye, guys. Thank you.